Good evening. For those who don't know me, my name's Johnny. Odds are I owe you a pencil. And you're not getting it back. First, I want to say what an honor it is to be addressing a handful of proud parents and a bunch of just relieved ones. Hey, Mom and Dad. I spent a lot of time trying to conjure up a single word that could define the class of 2017. Maturity, kindness, trust, pride, restraint, perseverance. While I wouldn't use any of these words to describe the senior class, I think they'd all make for fine speeches. Any one of those would have had you all cheering, a few mothers would cry, then we'd all go home and resort back to arguing about who put the empty milk carton back in the fridge. Anyway, it's quite a task to attempt some sort of cathartic last words for a few best friends, a lot of acquaintances, and a couple mortal enemies. But there's one thing that I think binds us all. Before I started high school, my father told me that these would be the best days of my life, which at the time seemed more like a warning that everything was just bound to get worse. But that phrase stuck with me, the best days of my life. Now, I'm sure I can speak for most of you guys when I say that never once in all of the last 4 years did I consider these the best days of my life. But it's never a phrase we really reserve for the present because it goes hand in hand with nostalgia. So what are we nostalgic about? Refusing to wear our coats at recess? Blockbuster Video, rest in peace. SpongeBob SquarePants riding a giant boulder to deliver the Krusty Krab pizza. These are among the most vital memories we retain, somewhere next to the Pythagorean theorem and whatever cytoplasm is. But yeah. Thanks for that. My point is that these weren't the best things in the world when we experienced them for the first time. And that's because the best days of your life aren't the best days of your life until they're over. Whether we liked it or not, high school will always be there. The things we experienced in this building are always going to follow right behind SpongeBob on the boulder. Nostalgia is not a selective process. It's inherently unwillful. That's why, much to our current chagrin, we may one day be telling our own children to perk up. The high school will be the best days of their lives. Because it's not until we gain that historical context that we can fully understand what this epic chunk of our lives did to us. High school, where I discovered who I was, where I became the person I am today. That's what high school was for us, for better or for worse. No matter where the promising young men and women of Okemos High School sprawl out to in the world, we'll all have that one thing in common, that we were all boiled in the same pot, for the lack of a better metaphor. The things we shared inside these walls are going to be the object of our nostalgia someday. Trying to evade Derm's Terminator-like detection, getting angry at substitute teachers who actually try to make us do work. Whatever it was, we did it together. So, years down the line, when our nostalgia fires back up and we remember these days, we'll all be there, in each other's memories. High school, where dreams are narrowed down. High school, where our complexion looked like a Jackson Pollock painting. High school, where everyone liked an Instagram picture of you with aggressively dark pit stains. High school, where I suffered an uneven pattern of facial hair that made me look like a Chinese Satan. And anyway, these memories that we're all glad to leave behind will also be the one thing that we all share, no matter what happens between now and the rest of our lives. Because as grueling as it may be to think about, we're just getting started. You can groan if you want. What are they gonna do, expel you? That's why we have the luxury of being sentimental about our high school years. I've made it a goal of mine to make amends with all of my enemies, so thank you to the teachers. On behalf of these wonderful students, I forgive each and every one of you for your often irrational brutality. Thank you to the parents who were legally obliged to put us through public school. And thank you to my classmates, the amazing class of 2017. Against all odds, this young, attractive, racially diverse class conquered the biggest trials and tribulations of childhood. So, thank you for being a part of my journey and for letting me be a part of yours. And that's what defines us. That's what links us all. The awkward, overwhelming best days of your life and of my life and of our lives. Thank you very much.
So I'm going to be honest with you, when I saw that I was following Johnny, I was not very happy about that.